treat. We've got some sunshine here in the daytime today. It's going to be a good day. Me and Dan were here last night, and Dan managed to get the grey car completely rolling, so that'll be leaving us soon to make way for a DC2. Obviously Danny's DC2. We've done some extreme bodging on this to make it work. Everything was really bent, don't know why. So we just put some blocks of wood between the subframe and the lower arms, and now it rolls. So that's the result. Just hoping it goes on the trailer. So I think at the end of the last video we got everything finished up in the engine bay here. I'm now going to stick the engine in the hole. I've started to do a couple of bits in the interior too. I'd like to get the car off the ramp today. I want to get this dashboard mounted in properly, get the seat in. But to get the car off the ramp, I could do with some front end in there to kind of move it around. Because right now it's got nothing. This is my first time doing this with a ramp. That was a lot easier than fighting it in from the top. A lot easier. Well, that is the engine hung in. That went much smoother than I anticipated it would, and smoother than it has ever gone before. The only complication is that I haven't got the plenum on the bottom of this RSP yet, but actually thinking about it, it's going to be no more difficult to get to that with the engine in than out. So we'll do that early next week. I ordered all the bolts, but only last night. So yeah, that's good, that's in. That's a mission. So now that that's in, and now that the grey car is on its own wheels, it leaves me with this big pallet on some god tier wheels that just kind of roll about real easy to slide under the car so I can get the car off the ramp. In theory, this allows me to pull the car off the ramp and open the doors. Yes, great success. So the reason I'm keen to get the car off the ramp is because I want to get in and have a go at some dashboard stuff, which is easier in daylight. And also I've got this seat rail, which I did buy specifically to fit this car. However, it looks like it doesn't fit. It's not drilled for this at all. So you have to do some drilling. But then we should be able to get the seat fitted in pretty easily. So the reason why we've got to do that is to get rid of the slider that's on this buddy club rail, because that has got some weak points obviously. This one's just a plain solid frame, just some flat bar welded together. But if I have an impact, it shouldn't move or go anywhere, whereas this one probably would. These super universal side mounts that I've got offer absolutely no forward and backward adjustments, so these might need to be swapped out, unless by some twist of fate that is the perfect seating position. We'll find out, I guess. First test failed. Seat doesn't fit in between. Be right back. Right, I think we've just magically gained some adjustability, nothing shady going on. Kind of fits now. More holes are going to be required because that's making a mess. Got a visitor. Hey. Hey. Dog's come to see how we're getting on, aren't you? What do you call him?
Rocco.
Rocco the dog?
Yeah.
To go with your Rocco?
Yeah, good. Rocco.
That's my seat mount finished. So it's basically just a new bracket knocked up on the back here to lower the back of this seat rail down, and then I trimmed off the bottom of this one just to make it sit with a bit of a downwards angle on it. It ended up panning out pretty good. You can't get the back of the seat to sit lower than the back of the rail, obviously. Well, frame, rail, whatever it is. But anyway, it worked. So that's a job ticked off the list. Now, talking about jobs ticked off the list, I'm just going through and fitting all the brake lines in properly. Some carnage in here. Gonna put some brake lines in, some wiring in, dashboard. Could maybe even button up the interior today, to be honest. One lunch break and a couple of pints later, and we've got another visitor today. We've had a dog and a sweet S2000. Josh's K24 Turbo DCT. DCT is the BMW one, isn't it? DCT, not DSG. Yeah, DCT. DCT K24 Turbo with the Peding rods. Josh can use this as his affiliate plug, but the Peding rods, big China turbo on it, boosted boys spec. Aside from that, I'm going to put the subframe into the front of the EG somehow. I'm going to ask Josh to help me, but he doesn't know yet. Needs some of his muscles. Speaking of affiliate links, Josh is fully on brand. Yes. Josh's build is sponsored by Hybrid Racing. Mine wasn't, but Josh's is fully sponsored.
Mate, that meet last night was so busy. Yeah, so I went, and I was gonna just fucking park up somewhere.
I didn't realise you went.
No,
before you texted me.
Yeah, just when I did a drive by.
Yeah.
I went on the nursery. And I was like, oh, I'll try and park up.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll do a fucking rip and then come back and park up. And as soon as I got onto like the main strip bit, there was a traffic cop car with like 4 cars behind it and it was crawling at like 5 miles an hour. So I was like, fuck that. I turned around, do a fat rip, and park up in the car park. But there was literally like hundreds of people across the road. Oh wow.
I presume you found one that looks different. Oh wow.
That looks very different to the other. I think maybe stuck injector.
Josh just trying to diagnose a misfire on this. That's
Or it could be the coil.
they talk about reading the plugs.
So.
Talk about reading the plugs, don't they? Fuck you know. Stevie Wonder can read that one. Do you want to try a different coil?
I'll change the coil on number 4 and see what it does. I'll clean this plug up. I miss it all the time, so it might just look like it's working. But I'll do it anyway.
Max ECU gains. So Josh is trying to establish whether it's his coils or his injector or something more sinister. He says I've got to just touch this metal bit while he tests it.
Not doing anything?
Nope. Start the test. Oh yeah, that's sound.
Yeah?
Yeah, do it again. Yeah, absolutely fine.
process that I've learned not a lot.
Is that the coil out of this?
Yeah.
So the coil's alright?
Well, it's working. Yeah, it's obviously working. So it's not misfiring all the time. You know what I mean? Like it drives under 4 grand fine. I can put my foot down under 4 grand and make 10 psi and it pulls like normal.
Well, I guess
it goes into VTEC, it just goes.
The simple thing to do is just put a different coil in it and take it for a drive and see what it does, eh? Don't you think? Yeah, that sounds like it's working. Subframe is now back on this car. I'm going to slacken off the roll bar bushes like I said and see if they get sorted out because they still look pretty wacky here. How's that done? Yeah, you can hear it. It sounds like it's about to go on like 2-step.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So it's not fixed?
No. At least you know it's not something simple though.
Right.
Nice. Right, I'll see you next time, man. Just like I said, today's been a good day. We've got loads done, absolutely loads. We've now got the engine completely in the car on all its mounts. We've got subframe in. And I've also just put the fuel tank in whilst Josh was here to help me out because that was much easier as a 2-man job. So we've now got rear end of the car is complete. Don't need to do anything else back here. Got an exhaust to put on. Got some front suspension struts to put on, and then we've just got wiring and interior to build. So really good day. Thanks for watching another one of these videos. I know they're getting a bit rambly. Won't be long until it's just videos of me driving and generally hammering this thing to bits and then probably fix it and build it again. But yeah, looking great now, looking really good.